All right, y'all. I did a live stream. Me and Brother Jarvis did a live stream on Sunday. And we had a sister, Nancy, that was, kind of just didn't want to accept some things. Yeah. She just didn't want to accept some things about the reality of relationships in today's marketplace. So I asked her to come on. I asked her to come on, right? She hit me up. So I'm going to show you if I can. Okay. So she sent me an email. She sent me a message. Man, men gaslight women wherever we're leaving or talking about relationships ending over sexual preferences. I don't remember gaslighting her, but maybe we did. Men are dull of hearing. That's true. Um, they think singleness harms women. I never said that, but okay. I'm getting that jacket put on me. Uh, it's like when I said something about Anton Daniels. I thought the guy was a nice guy, a decent guy. I just wanted him to stop uh, hurling insults at the guests so we can enjoy the conversation. But instead, people said to me, they put all kind of jackets on me, like I hate the guy. I like the guy, but anyway, that's another topic. Uh, they think their singleness harms. They think singleness harms women. Uh, well, we can get into that, but uh, that is typically a true statement. But I never said that. That's nothing. I never said anything like that throughout our whole discussion Sunday. Anyway, it only harms men. I don't know how singleness harms men. Men save a lot of money, a ton of money being single. They're emotionally protected. Uh, you know, they're not at risk for all types of financial hardships. I don't see how it harms men. And if they play their cards right, they can. I'm not endorsing this, but this is an option that they have out there. They can, if they just want sex, they can pay an escort to have it and then get her out of the house. So they don't have all the troubles of having a long-term relationship with a woman, trying to um, finesse some sex out of a woman, playing a long-term relationship game. Um, anyway, they want to be a woman's project. Nobody wants to be a woman's project. Only beta males. See, that's why I have to use the term beta and alpha because it's those are positions. Those are positions of power, and so those are positions around the scepter of power. So, um, most men, even in their heart, are alpha dogs. They don't want to be nobody's project. They want somebody to work with them. They don't want a project. They don't want to go work all day and then come home to a project. They just want to come home to somebody who's going to make life easier for them. Right? So this is the first comment she left me, right? So I hit her back and I said, "You only make more money because," I said, because you're talking about women making more money. I said, "You only make more money because men joined your fight and submitted to your demands." I mean, men got into the fight and realized that it don't make no sense for a woman to do the same work as you and get paid less than you. That don't make no sense. So men got in that fight and helped push that can down the road for you. Um, I said, let's talk about it, Nancy. Hit me up on the show. You have too many issues to address in the chat. Yeah, she wants to see me. She wants to talk about a whole bunch of stuff in the chat, and I can't really address it all because I'm not the one of those people. Maybe she's at a job where she can type all day. I'm not. So, anyway, so her response to that was this, and that's what we're going to get into right here. I have not read her response, so I'm going to read her response to that situation so that you guys can get an understanding that I am not trying to gaslight this lady. I'm not trying to do anything to this lady, but simply discuss the situation. She came onto my live stream asking me questions, and I tried to answer those questions. But now I'm getting told that I'm gaslighting her. Okay, so we're going to go back. All right, you've been generous in your attention. I have. However, notice I didn't state I wanted anything fixed. I never said you did want anything fixed. I just said simply want the conversation. But see the comprehension. There's no comprehension there. So you're now I see that I'm not talking to a person that has all their faculties, because if a person has comprehension, they can understand. Okay, me inviting you to talk don't mean I think you got a problem. I just want to hear somebody state a point of view, and then we could debate it back and forth like intelligent people. But her thing is I'm trying to fix her. Okay, which I'm not. I'm not clear on how having a difference of opinion equals having an issue. I said I didn't say you had an issue. I think you do, but I didn't say that. The reason why I think you have an issue is because you're so steadfast on not even listening or acknowledging some of the realities that we were talking about. And I think you're not. If you don't have an issue today, you're gonna have an issue at some point. That I do believe that, but I didn't never say that to you. I don't think. But if you can go back on the tape and look at it and see, I think you benefit by realizing that what men are saying to convince women to marry them or simply compete is not sustainable. I agree. That's why I tell you, men are not going to compete. Competing for women is just not. It's not a sustainable vehicle. It's not. You can't keep competing for women and keep on and on and on and on as a man, on and on and on and on and on. You just can't do it. Your legs are going to get tired at some point. Plus, the marketplace, like we were trying to tell you, there's so many women to men out there. There's no reason why a man has to compete anymore. He can just get on a dating app or get on 10 dating apps and have women all in his inbox. I don't care what he looks like. He can have women all over him. I don't think you're understanding that a marketplace has two things: supply and demand. If you have more supply than demand, then the price is going to go down. That's what the desire is going to go down for whatever it is that people are looking for. Okay, so there's so many women out there. The demand is low because it's not that many guys that's willing to risk everything to be talking to women when they don't have to. But I noticed that you, as many others, are short-sighted and one-sided in your thinking. How am I one-sided and short-sighted in my thinking? Maybe she'll give me an example of being one-sided and short-sighted in my thinking. Because I was being pretty objective, just talking about the marketplace, not what my desire. I hope you have a problem. I didn't say anything like that. I just said, hey, this is the marketplace, right? Anyway, to connect the dots, you need to motivate women who want to stay, not women who want to be convinced by the odds to seek men who are fearful because they aren't being trained to approach and to vet carefully. Why do men need to approach women? They do not I keep trying to tell you. When you have a marketplace that's full of a product, the demand for that product is going to go down. Therefore, the person that's actually looking for the product doesn't have to go out looking for it anymore. The people with the product, with the extra supply, going to have to go out and start trying to sell the product now. That's what I mean. Women are going to have to sell now. You're going to have to be the one cold approaching now. This is what I keep trying to tell you. I don't know what's going on with your brain, Nancy, but this is the marketplace. It's so many single women out here. Why would a man need to cold approach a woman in today's market? Only people that want to smash, dash, hit and run going to cold approach women. Those are only guys cold approach women. Guys really looking for a wife, they sitting in the cut. Why do they have to look for a wife? Women that really want to find them, gonna go out and find them because they're willing to compete. Women that don't want to compete, hey, don't. Like I said, listen to Wendy Williams. She'll have you single all your whole life. Listen to Oprah. They'll have you single your whole life. Listen to Tyra Banks. Listen to Halle Berry. Listen to these women. They'll have you, they're very accomplished women, but they'll have you get crawling in the bed by yourself at night. Anyway, of course men are fearful. Well, let me put it like this. Men with significant assets to lose are fearful. Men with nothing to lose, men with no assets, yeah. Like I said, guy working at, Walmart or Kenny Shoes or, Target or any of those places, yeah, they're going to go ahead and talk to you. They'll step to you at any time. That's not a problem. But guys who got significant assets, homes, rental property, businesses, why are they going to step to you? For what? When they got women stepping to them already. That don't make no sense. Okay, moving on. So you guys can kind of see where this article is going. Where this is going, right? See where it's going. Women are attracted to the same men despite the odds because generally women are repulsed by fearfulness and reticence in men. That is very cool. That's why women make so many mistakes. That's why they put their money, they bet on the wrong horse most of the time because they say, F it, I'm going to just like this dude anyway. I know my father said he's no good. My brother said he's no good. My mama said he's no good. But I like him. I love him. I'm just going to stay with him anyway. Okay, well, you do that. And you get what you get. Man going upside your head, don't pay the bills, won't get a job. But you love him. You know what I'm saying? You're attracted to that dude, right? So that's what you're attracted to. That's what you get. So don't get mad when you get the results you get. Right? We just trying to tell you how to win. Over here, we trying to tell you how to win as a woman. You want to win with men, listen to us. You want to lose with men, keep on listening to Oprah and Tyra Banks and Wendy Williams, and keep on listening to them. They'll have you just like them, crawling in the bed by yourself. Let's go down. The model of mating you and others are proposing ignores the fact that women wouldn't feel safe with a risk-averse man. Just because a dude ain't going to chase you around like Minnie Mouse don't mean he ain't risk-averse, meaning he's scared to defend his woman. That doesn't mean the same thing. It just means, why should he risk his whole... See, you as a woman, you're not realizing what a man is risking just going out with you or trying to get your attention. A man, in today's Me Too climate, a man is risking his whole future trying to go out with you. He's risking everything. Everything's on the line for him. So you ain't risking nothing. You ain't got nothing to lose, right? You ain't got nothing to lose. So you're like, well, why don't you just step to me? Why? Because you ain't got nothing in the pot to lose. So you're not risking nothing. You're not gambling nothing. So you ain't putting nothing in the pot. You sitting at the table, but you ain't betting nothing. But you want to win the whole pot. See, but the man is betting everything. He putting everything in. And what he gonna get? If he wins, he gets you. And there's no guarantee you're gonna act like you got sense after he gets with you. So you're not even thinking about that. Anyway, a man that doesn't have time to speak to women he meets in life is no different. It's a cover for fearfulness. You can call it what you want to call it. The Me Too movement has clearly made it dangerous to talk to women that you don't know. That it's very dangerous to do that. It's a very dangerous situation. You never know how a woman is going to take anything you say. And she could take anything you say and run right down to the police and have you arrested. Anything you say. So, but like I said, I know a woman with nothing at risk, no assets at risk, of course you're going to say that. You don't have no business that you run at risk. You don't have no homes. You don't have rental property. You don't have none of these things. You don't have 401ks. You don't have none of this stuff at risk, savings. You have none of this stuff to risk. So It's no big deal. I agree. Most men will talk to you. Like I said, dudes working at Target, you know, Wiener Schnitzel and shit like that. They'll talk to you. They're gonna say whatever. They're gonna go talk to you. Dudes with more to lose are gonna be much more cautious. You can call it fearfulness. I call it cautiousness. But it's only smart in this environment to be cautious. Anyway, you guys see the situation I'm dealing with here, right? All right. Just because I told her that good men are not going to be chasing nobody around. All right, let's move on, y'all. Let's get to the nitty gritty here. It will be disappointing to have to shield men from the risk of manhood. How you shielding men from the risk of manhood? What risk of manhood? You don't have to risk. You have nothing to risk. What are you talking about? It's a risk just being a man out here. You can get killed by a man, or you can get sent to jail by a woman. It's a risk. Men have a higher likelihood of being murdered than a woman does. A man has a higher likelihood of going to prison than a woman does. What are you talking about? It's all kind of risks out here being a man. It is further disappointing that the way men are doing this is by using weak arguments. It's weak to you because you ain't got shit to lose. You ain't got nothing on the line. You, like I said, you at the poker table with no chips. You want to win the whole pot and you ain't got no chips in there. The man got to put all his chips in there to maybe win. It's not worth it most of the time. Well, I take it back. It's not worth it for men with significant assets. It's not worth it. Men who have nothing to lose, working at Jack in the Box, Five Guys and stuff like that. Hey, those guys will say anything to you. They have nothing on the line to lose. They're just like you. They're sitting at the table with no chips to push in, and they hoping they can finesse you just like you trying to finesse him. But a real man with significant assets or significant lifestyle, he ain't got time to run around no woman like Minnie Mouse. And you want somebody to run around you like Minnie Mouse, you need to dig your daddy up and go to his house and have him run around behind you, because that's probably the only dude that's going to run around you like Minnie Mouse in today's market. If the only way a guy's going to run around you like Minnie Mouse is if you wearing his last name. And how you going to get there if you want him chasing you all the time? You're going to have to show him. See, like I said on the live stream before that one, you have to show a guy how he's going to win being with you. Why is a guy going to be with you if he doesn't know how he's going to win? I ain't going to cook for him. I ain't going to do nothing. I'm going to make him chase me around. Chase me all around. Chase me. Woohoo. I got another trick for you. Guys don't have to play that game no more. Not in today's market. It's just too many women out there. Let me see. The approximate 16 women to one man does not mean all women are under 25 and childless. I never said that, so I don't know where you got that extrapolation from. Anyway, a lot of women like to extrapolate. A lot of them like to extrapolate. And when I say extrapolate, I mean, I told this lady yesterday, or Sunday, there's 16 women to one available man, 16 available women to one available man in California, right? She extrapolated that to say that now I'm trying to suggest that all those women are 25 and childless. I'm not. I never said that. I clearly told her that can include divorcees, people who just got out of long-term relationships, whatever. Whew. The men say they don't want to be stepfathers too. No, who wants to be a stepfather? You got to be a special kind of guy to be a stepdad. But the average guy does not want to walk into that. No, they don't. Especially when they just want to have sex with you. They're not trying to be stepdads. Most men are just trying to have sex with you. And single motherhood shows them that you're being sexual. That's clear evidence that you're being sexual. The problem is they're trying to get around being around your children. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get around that. Anyway, so that narrows their options down a great deal. No, not men. Men's options ain't narrow. Man, I told you. See, I know you didn't do it, but I told you to go out there, get on Tinder or get on Bumble or one of those apps and just set up a fake men's profile and watch all the women that gonna inbox you. But you didn't do that, did you? No, you didn't do that. Cause that makes too much sense. It's better to just send me all these long comments, right? But I'm gonna go through it and step by step break it down. I've heard the horror stories from men. Okay, the men will tell you that they don't like their options. No, certain men don't like that. Certain men don't like their options because they haven't put in the time, the hard work to have their options be other options. So of course they ain't gonna like their options. I mean, you working at Kenny Shoes or you working at Wiener Schnitzel, talking about I want to be going out with IG models. I mean, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, right? Your options are gonna be limited to your income for men, and that's effed up, but it is the reality. Your options are probably gonna be limited to people that's in your same income bracket or under that. I want to see the men that are marrying 18-year-olds that are interested in them truly. I know men are more fearful of them because they have spending habits men can't keep up with. See, at this point, this line right here lets me know that this person is absolutely off their rocker, right? So now I can see that there's no logic here. It's just emotional vomit that's coming out. It's not really nothing that can be used, right? It's not even to answer this. Why would you? I want to see the men who marry an 18-year-old. Okay, go look at them then, Nancy. But do tell. I love when men talk about women turning 18 every day. It's the truth. I hear their fathers falling out with them all the time, but go on, include them in the options pool. They are in the options pool. They're going to turn 22 or 23 in a minute. So why you like looking at it like they're not going to be an option? They're going to be an option. You know, 18-year-olds are like fresh baked bread. They just got to cool off. You got to give some time to cool off before you can use it. Anyway, so it boils down to this, in my opinion. The leaders who speak for the fearful men think women aren't smart enough to observe the landscape. No, go ahead. Yeah, I think you can observe the landscape. Like you said, you were smart enough to turn away 3 millionaires. I can't be smarter than that. You're absolutely smarter than me. Turning away 3 millionaires, hey, yeah, you're right. You're smarter than me. You're smart enough to see the landscape. So, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a clown out here again. I'm just a sinner that God picked up out of the mud one day. So I don't know nothing about that. So, you know, like you said yesterday, this lady said she turned away 3 millionaires and they wanted to marry her and she turned them away. Hey, you're right. I'm the dumb one in this situation, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about that. Anyway, let's continue and finish this. They think younger and younger generations will save them and want prospects that's 25 plus don't want. I don't know. I don't know what that means. They think. I'm assuming the they means men think younger women will want older ways of thinking and fearful men who worked so hard that they lost the skill in speaking to women. Who the F has time to speak to women that I don't have to? I don't know what is wrong with this girl. I do. I see that she doesn't have the thinking process. She doesn't have the logic installed in her software in her head that she can understand that just because a man is, why wouldn't a man be cautious? Why wouldn't a man be cautious? Should a man be like Bill Clinton, risk his whole political career to get his dick sucked? That's stupid. The average man ain't gonna do that. I don't know, but she thinks that average man's should just be running behind women and sitting on their porches waiting for them to come home and run behind them like puppies, right? Nah, it just don't happen that way no more. The marketplace is just not set up that way. There's so many available women to the available men That is just the women is significantly outnumber the men. Therefore, the men do not have to do all of that huffing and puffing no more. I'm trying to tell you. But you'll find out. You'll find out. And then one day you'll write me back and say, man, brother, you was right. I wrote this for the person on the fence, the person who needed to hear another viewpoint, another view. What other view? Well, I mean, I'm glad you did, but, uh, you know, no matter what your view is, you can't dispute the facts. Someone who has a glimpse of the variability of women, we won't fit into the mold thought that men are proposing. Absolutely. Lesbianism is waiting right there for you. Lesbianism is knocking on the door. Hello? Hello? I'm here. I'm lesbianism. Waiting right here for you. And the other person knocking on the door is loneliness. Hello? Loneliness. I got this cat food for us. We can eat ice cream and balloon up into 15,000 pounds. Let us in. Ay, ay, ay. Whether or not men helped us to make more money, the fact remains. What fact remains? If someone is drawn to a man for his money, that's a weak foundation. Absolutely, I agree. Never said that you should only be doing that, but that is a natural that is a natural position of women to seek security. And if paper dollars represents that security, yeah, that's going to be one pillar of their vetting process. The problem is today, most of the time with women, that's the only vetting process. You got enough money, I don't care what you're doing or how you got that money or what you're doing with it, I'm with the program. No, I agree. So you shouldn't be just drawn to a man just because of his money, but definitely, yeah, I can understand how that money is a consideration in today's world, especially if a woman can find her way to get her own money. Yeah, you can get your own money, get it. Or as was the case with PJ's wife, they can always pivot after competing, take the money and run. Like I said, yeah, that's why I say competing is stupid. Look what happened. This man, PJ Washington, competed for this girl, and look what happened. That's stupid. Competing, and he's a man of means. He didn't have to compete for nobody, but he competed for that woman, and look what happened to him. Anyway, just nobody around to teach the young brother, young buck. I wish I would have been there. So there is still no incentive to break a sweat over a man for his resources when you can break a sweat to just make the money yourself. I agree. If you feel the same way, you should do that and be like Oprah, be like Wendy Williams. But at some point, don't get mad because people start looking at you a certain way. Don't get mad. Don't get mad when people try to take advantage of you. Don't get mad because we try to talk you into a position where at least if it's two of y'all, it's going to be more difficult to take advantage of two people than one person. But when stuff happens to you, don't get mad. I'm not saying there is no incentive. You're right. The American government has incentivized the breakup of relationships and the breakup of the family is incentivized breakup of the nuclear family to put some hodgepodge thing together and where nobody is sitting at the table no more and talking to their family, nothing. I wish you the best. I wish you the best, Nancy. Go out there, get all that money. You don't need no man. I believe if you feel you don't need no man, you don't. So don't. I never was trying to sell you on getting a man. I was simply trying to illustrate the marketplace to you. That men of means do not need to compete for women. That is dead. That is dead. Only dudes working at low level have low-level employment going to be chasing women. Only those type of dudes and dudes that's bagging and tagging women. Dudes that's looking for a good woman and trying to have good relationships, they are not out there trying to be chasing no woman around like Minnie Mouse. They're not. They're not going to be stepping to them like they used to because they don't have to. Got so many different options out there now. Ain't no man of no means. You think Jeff Bezos is going to be out there running behind some chick like Minnie Mouse? You think Elon Musk is going to be running around behind some chick like Minnie Mouse? I'm competing for you. I'm competing for you. I know I got billions of dollars in the bank, but I'm competing for you. Are you serious? Get out of here. You know, just young, don't know what you're talking about, and just you want, like Cinderella, man. You want that to be true so bad. You just gonna keep talking until you one day you finally hit the wall and say, I can't pretend this is true anymore. You'll see. But, you know, I don't wish nothing bad on you, Nancy. I hope everything works out for you, man. And if you don't want to be with no man, don't. I would never was encouraging you to be with a man. I was just explaining the marketplace. All right. Well, what do y'all think? That's me responding to Nancy. What do y'all think? Am I crazy? Is Nancy crazy? You know, should men be competing for women in this marketplace? Should men of means who got a significant amount of means to lose, should they be stepping to women that they don't know? Should they? Or do they have to, rather? Not should they. Do they have to? If the goal is just to get sex, do they have to step to these women now to get sex? Or are there many more options out there for them to just get sex and move on with their lives? You tell me. Y'all tell me. All right. Peace. Oh, never be the aggressor. Never be the aggressor.